Hey, it's Erica, and today we will be doing a dynamic cardio core walking workout. It's all standing, board easily, low impact, and it does not require any equipment. Your warm-up is built into the beginning of the workout, and your cool down is included at the end. Let's go ahead and get going and have some fun. Today we have 33 exercises in total. We'll be doing roughly half of them. We'll have a water break, and then we'll come back for the second part. Let's go ahead and begin. We've got 45 seconds on the clock, 10 seconds rest today. Our first exercise is going to be backward hip openers. So I'm bringing that knee up and around. Then we're going to get a little step in between. So today is all about walking, right? Low barrier to entry movement, so it's very welcoming, encouraging. Maybe this is actually recovery for you. Maybe it is going to turn up into a cardio workout. Maybe you're coming back after a long break from exercise, or maybe you're just here because you want to have fun. So whatever reason you're here today, you're going to see a lot of stepping movements, a lot of core stability really worked into our format today. So I'll have a 10-second rest. I'm going to demo the next exercise, but you can feel free to stick with what you're doing now or join in right when you see the next exercise that's coming. All right, now we're going to do a hip flexor stretch, and while we're doing that, we're going to do 2 arm circles. Then we're going to switch it out. So I'm stepping back, flexing that glute to feel that stretch in the hip, backward arm circle, and switching. So as you might recall from the introduction, our first several exercises, they're going to feel more like a warm-up. We're just kind of taking it slow. We're incorporating some ranges of motion we're going to work today. We're stretching a little bit. So feel free to take your time. If I'm already moving too fast, you can pick your own pace. That's going to be true for this entire workout, whether you want to slow it down or you want to just speed up the movement. That will start to affect the intensity that you're going to feel. All right, we're going to start with some alternating butt kicks, then we're going to add in some runner's arms. So you're bringing that heel close to your booty, using your hamstring to get it up there, staying nice and solid through the upper body. I'm driving those elbows back and front. So we've got about a 90-degree bend in my arms. Hands are going straight forward, so I'm not crossing the body. Runner's arms are relaxed, straight forward, straight back. Also engage with that midsection throughout every movement you're doing today. We want to achieve that engagement before we even initiate any of the movement. I'm going to work some of the deep core muscles today that don't always get worked in traditional ab exercises. All right, you can start to one side of your area, 2 lateral steps, knee to elbow. Keeping my hands behind my head. So you can kind of get a slight squat, step, step, bring it up. 1, 2, straight up. Also, if you didn't read it in the write-up, you could quickly pause if you wanted, put on some fun music, get yourself pumped up. Or if you enjoy the silence, as I'm experiencing right now filming for you, that works too. Alrighty, so we're going to do some front and back steps, and we're also going to punch up, up, down, down. So you're staying low, you're keeping a bend in that knee. A lot of these movements are going to utilize what I'm referring to as a slight squat. We're never going to be doing a full squat. We are not focused on time under tension today. We're focused more on cardio, although we will be getting into those muscles. There's no doubt about that. But we want to just keep it moderate today. Slight squat. Nothing crazy. Staying nice and fluid, steady state cardio with some perks for the entire body. We're gonna get a little more into those muscles next. We're kind of transitioning from the warm-up. You're going to be doing a lateral leg raise with lateral arms. Then you're going to switch feet. Bring that knee up as you bring your arms into a front raise. So we're gonna stay on one side. Remember, you're switching feet, so lateral and front. Lateral to the front. Notice how your core is more so working on the oblique and the side, and then through the front as you lift that knee. So I really want you to use your abs and your core muscles to lift that leg up instead of relying on just your hip flexor. Also note, you do not need to bring your leg as high as mine is going. With every single exercise, focus on a range of motion that suits what you're looking for today. If you want to focus more on that cardio, lower ranges, pick up the pace. Okay, we're going to come into the other side now. So picking up where I left off, if you want to focus more on strength today, you can move a little slower. You can lift a little bit higher. You're probably going to see me trading off between both of those today. So point through that toe as you lift that leg laterally. Tuck in that tummy to bring the knee up. Feel that side booty fire up too. A lot of these movements are very energizing. We're sending energy through all of our limbs, moving through multiple planes of motion. Very refreshing way to move. So this next one is fun. We're going to do a grapevine. So you're going to be stepping to the side, back, side, and clap. Hold on. Sometimes doing it slow is actually so much harder. So feel free to find your groove with this. We're basically stepping back, and then we're ready for the clap, okay? Step, 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 clap. Again, speeding it up if you're feeling comfortable with the foot pattern. You could even get more of a jump on the end here if you really want to send it up, or if you want to keep it more low impact, just the tiniest hop to bring those feet together. Feel free to get that nice clap in there. Heart rate is starting to climb at this point. Alrighty, alternating reverse leg lift. So we're gonna stay slightly hinged so we can get enough range of motion behind us. And then opposite arm, opposite leg. So this move really reminds me of a standing bird dog in a way, where we have that opposite arm and leg extended. So you're staying open through the chest, lifting that arm up to feel your upper back working. You're still protecting your low back by engaging your core. So we don't want to be throwing it up there and arching. Really nice and long from fingertips to your toes. Straighten that leg behind you. Okay, this time we're going to be doing some butt kicks, and we're also going to be reaching for the back of that foot. So I'll kind of show you from this side. You're going to bring this foot behind as if you're kicking the opposite butt cheek, and you're just lightly going to reach that hand back. So it shouldn't be where you're literally arching. I want you, again, protect that core. Let that foot come to you. You're just crossing behind, and hey, if that hand doesn't touch the foot, that's all right. It's the idea. You could definitely just keep it like this. So that knee is staying forward. I'm not reaching it behind me. Feel that core working, stay nice and solid. Show you from all angles here. All right, next up, we're gonna do some more lateral movement. We're gonna do 2 lateral steps, and then we're going to do a punch. Now, as for the hands, we're gonna do punch, punch to the side, punch, punch, and then punch to the side as you kick, okay? I'm not so concerned with what hand goes first for the forward punches. Just know 2 punches and then that side kick. We're really going to flex that foot, kick with that heel, get a little bit of a lean in there. You could always just keep this in place if you are limited on space. I know this one travels a little bit if we're not careful. Stay in that slight squat. Okay, this time we're going to be doing a kick, just like so, leading with the knee, and then extending, pointing those toes, and then we're gonna add a hammer curl action. So, as you kick, you're gonna cross the body, arms are extended. As you reset, you are flexing those biceps, bringing those hands closer to the shoulders. So I'm getting a slight lean back here. That's just gonna help with the twist and the core engagement. If we're upright, we might start to curl that back. So whether you're pointing or you're flexing that foot, I'll let you choose, but choose one or the other. So we're committing to that muscle engagement. Okay, back to our forward, backward steps as we saw near the beginning of the workout. Arms are going to start overhead in a fist position. We're going to do some alternating tricep extensions. So slight bend in the knees, traveling forward and backwards. Keeping the elbows stationary, so they're in the same spot. Traditional overhead tricep extension form. We're just alternating. Continue to take deep breaths. Sync your breath with the movement that you're doing. Find a rhythm. Bring awareness to it. So we're not shallow breathing. We'll have a lot more longevity through the workout. Alrighty, this time we're going to be doing opposite hand to opposite foot. So you're going to do standing, and then you're going to sink it down, slight squat. So stand, stand, down. All right, you could also do this with your knees if this range of motion is tough. So knee, knee, slight squat, knee, knee. Or else you are really folding that knee outwards and reaching for the inner part of the foot, almost like you're kicking a soccer ball. You can switch your rhythm halfway through here. All right, this time we are going to hone in on one leg. We are going to go ahead and bring an arm overhead as we punch, leg comes out to the side, and then we are going to tap the toe in and punch forward. So again, I'll show you fast. Sometimes it just makes more sense that way. So all I'm doing is tapping with my toe, bringing that knee up, again, using my core to do that, keeping this standing leg. Always having a micro bend, maybe more of a bend when I'm reaching out to the side. Notice you can get that extra side core engagement by slightly reaching overhead. In through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, what do you think is coming next? The other side, so we can hang out on this other leg. Remember, punching up, bringing that toe in, punching forward. Hand is on the hip. So I'm almost getting a slight little squat in as I'm reaching to the side. We have one more exercise after this, and then we have our water break. Hang in there. Keep engaged, keep focused. Alrighty, and our last exercise, we're going to be doing a fly with the arms, and then we're also going to do a lateral leg lift. So I'm hinged this whole time, lifting that leg out to the side. We're comfortable with lateral leg lifts at this point and lateral movements. So now we get to add a hinge. Again, up to you how high you're bringing that foot off of the floor. Focusing on a full range of motion, feeling your back engage, and feeling that booty just fire up. Definitely a more challenging one here, but good thing. We've got to rest in about 15 seconds. Keep that back engaged, keep that hinge. Enjoy this mini little burnout of the first half. All right, very good. Let's go ahead, take a water break. Okay, let's roll right into the second half of these exercises. We are going to begin with a Charleston step for our feet. So this is kind of like a dance where you're kind of swinging your leg around, adding a light bounce to your step, and then naturally, we're gonna add in some core twisting. So like I said, first get the feet down, focus just on that pattern. You're just basically swinging that leg around. And then you're just adding in that upper body to emphasize the twisting. So bring those arms up, twist with those elbows. Squeeze your glutes, nice and tall. Hi, AJ, what are you doing? I think she's gonna come say hi to us. Yes, you are. I know you're scared of me when I'm moving, aren't you? Alrighty, this time we're going to be doing an alternating knee drive. Again, we're very familiar with those. And then kind of an arm swing. So you can kind of step a little bit wider if you want on this. Lifting a knee. Keeping those elbows nice and high. It's a whole nother story when we add an upper body to all of these lower body movements. It is a total body experience. All of our muscles get to be firing at once for a lot of these movements. Alrighty, next up, we're going to do an upper body scoop. So you're slightly going to scoop your upper body forward. And on each end of that, you're going to do a butt kick. So scoop, kick, scoop, kick. Using that hamstring to get that heel to the glute. And just this very slight upper body scoop, you are going to feel this throughout the entire circumference of your midsection. You can even put your hands and you can feel those sides working. A few more seconds here. Keep the movement solid. The second your mind starts to wander, it's probably going to feel a little disorienting. Mind-body connection today. Okay, next up, very traditional movement. We're going to do some toe touches, but I want you to step back to change in between. So we're going to bring that arm up and over, reaching for the toe. I will say, if flexibility is an issue, you can point your foot. Flexing your foot will make it harder because you're stretching out those hamstrings even more. But if you point, you might be able to get to that toe a little bit easier. Remember, reaching for the knee is always fantastic as well. I'm losing my arm circle here. Really emphasizing those nice big arms as it comes around. Oh my gosh, Erica, I'm telling you, these are very easy moves to mess up. Multitasking is not my strong suit. All right, almost done with this one. Next up, we have some runners. So we're gonna plant one leg in the floor for the first bit, and then we're gonna switch like we just did with the toe touch. So you're gonna notice I'm going for my knee, then I'm going for the inner foot, stepping back, knee, foot. Again, this one takes focus. Knee, inner foot, step back and change it out. Knee, inner foot. Again, using those core muscles to get that knee a little bit higher as we reach for the inner part of the foot. Keep those arms swinging to keep the motion feeling natural. Really keeping weight in that front foot. All right, this time we're going to be doing a reverse leg lift, but it's kind of going to be to a diagonal. So if you can see me, I'm not straight back, I'm a little to the side. When you feel right, we're going to add in a reach. So you're reaching for the back of the quad just to touch it. Now, just like the butt kicks we did when we reached behind us, I don't want you focused on arching. I don't want you looking like a flailing fish. We really want to keep the core engaged and keep that slight forward lean. We're just engaging that back area a little bit more, squeezing the glute. So my torso is staying at the same angle. All right, fantastic. This one's kind of fun. We're going to move in a lot of different directions. So you're going to start with a slight squat. We're really focused on pivoting in this movement. So I'm pivoting on my feet and doing a knee drive on each end. So it's like you're kind of doing a squat, you're kind of doing a lunge, and then a knee drive. Like I said, go onto the balls of your feet to help you pivot. It might feel awkward with shoes on. When I ran through this workout, the first time I actually didn't have shoes on, so it was just easier to naturally pivot through these. So just know that if you have shoes on, yes, this might be a little bit harder to naturally pivot and twist. So you can see I'm already really picking up the pace now that we're in our final few seconds on this exercise. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some backward kicks. So we just did the reverse leg lifts. Now we're gonna kick. We're gonna lead with our heel, keeping a slight forward lean. Once you got the backward kicks going, let's add some arms. In and out, kind of like a tricep extension. Also working the back, also working the shoulders. Really focus on that kick. Leading with the heel, flexing that foot, and keeping those elbows high. You're doing great. Okay, we are right back to some runners again. So we're gonna stay on one leg this entire time. So you're gonna do a traditional runner. Bring your foot in, and front, in. Out to the side, back. You could also tap your foot down in between each one if you wanted to just slow your pace to keep your balance. But if you wanna move a little faster, you can hold that foot up and then straight into the next direction. Remember, arms are in the runner's arms position, so we're not crossing our body. And you're really gonna feel this standing leg fire up. It's doing a slight squat this whole time. So this is gonna be a slight muscle burn felt. Just in time to switch sides. So same exact thing, we're just gonna focus on that other leg. This leg gets to do all the tap dancing. So back, side, and front. Notice the angle on your upper body as it naturally wants to change. So when you're going to the front, you might even be angled slightly back to balance out that leg. When you're going behind you, you're going to be slightly forward. Very, very dynamic exercise. Couple more seconds. That burn is just starting to set in. Pretty good. Alrighty, and we're going to be into some X steps next. You're going to step up, up, back, back. Join me in that. Then we're going to add some fly arms. With each step, you either open up or you close. Find that rhythm. You could keep it standing, or you could head into that slight little squat. Keep those shoulders relaxed. We've had a lot of movements for our shoulders today. We don't want those shoulders to hike up to our ears and feel tense. Keep them open. Okay, we have a few more exercises to go here. We're going to be into a side step slight squat. So it's kind of going to look like this. We're going to add in some rainbow arms. So you're bringing those arms up and overhead. You're bringing them so high that you can feel your upper back engaged. That's how high I want them to go. You should not be able to see them in your peripheral vision. So step, coming into that slight squat on each side. You could make this a leap if you've still got some energy to burn. Okay. Almost there. 4 more exercises to go. So we're going to do a front and a back pivot for this one. Pick a foot, keep it planted. You're going to pivot that toe. And we're going to add in what I call elliptical arms. So imagine being on elliptical. When you've got that foot up, that arm is back. So we're feeling that core twist. Feel that pivot, focusing in on this outer side of the core. Yes, my shoulders are still burning. They're still feeling it here. So remember, relax those shoulders down. Create those fists like you're pulling on that elliptical machine. Shake those arms out for a second. We're going to do that on the other side. So other leg gets to plant and pivot. So start with that leg. And remember, you're pulling back with the arm of the leg that's in front. So brace on that core, stay nice and solid. I'm literally getting a side ache doing this. You know, like when you run and you get a side ache? This is so weird to me right now. Keep on going. Shows that we're really working the core today, right guys? I'm just going to take it a little slower on my twist, okay? Exercise. These funky feelings will pop up. It's okay. It happens to all of us. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and do a slight squatted step and then a diagonal reach. Slight squat step, diagonal reach, okay? So we're reaching overhead, feeling it in the side body. Continue taking those full breaths and pick up that pace if it feels right. It's our final 2 exercises. We have this one. We've got one more. Yes, we are going to end on a fun one. So nice long line from fingertips to toes. All right, last exercise. We're gonna do a hip circle. So you can do a nice wide stance, again, kind of like the scoops, but we're gonna focus on a hip circle. So you're bringing those hips back and you're gonna step to the side between each one. So circle, step in, send it out and around, step in. This one's fun when you get the hang of it. Adds a little pizzazz to the end of our routine. Back and around, back and around. Final 10, almost there. Keep a smile on your face all the way through the end. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take another water break. I'll meet you here for a cool down. We're gonna keep it all standing here for our cool down, and we're gonna go through 9 exercises, 30 seconds each. So let's go ahead and start with a hip flexor stretch. You're going to step behind, stretching that hip flexor out. We also saw this in our warm-up, so very similar movement, but we're just going to hold it. So stepping back, flexing the glute, so you can really feel that stretch right in this region. We did a lot of leg lifting. Those knee drives were really heavily targeted. Those hip flexors. Of course, we wanted to use our core as much as possible, but our hip flexors are still part of it. So really enjoy this stretch. Maybe you want to reach over to the side. That always makes it just a little deeper. Okay, shake that out. Step into the other side. There were a lot of exercises, a lot of combinations that we just did. Like I said, 33 different exercises, board easily style. So if you ever want to come back to this workout, please do. The exercises might feel a little bit more smooth. Alrighty, quad stretch next. So similar to the hip flexor, but if you need a wall, use it, my goodness. And we're coming more into the quad. So you're bringing that heel to the booty. We're familiar with that from today. Feeling it in the front of the top of the leg. Alrighty, shake that leg out into the other side. Get your balance first. Grab the top of the foot. Stretch out that quad. Coming into a forward fold next, we're going to do it from a straddle position. So toes are slightly fanned out. We're going to head down. You can kind of hang with your arms or your hands on your elbows and just lightly swing. I'm taking this really slow. I'm feeling some soreness. Alrighty, you can slowly bring it on up. And we're gonna come into a slow side stretch. So you can keep this same stance. We're gonna reach to the side, extend all the way through, come back and into the other side. So feel free to hang out on each side as long as you'd like, kind of experimenting with what feels good. Standing cat-cow. So you're gonna keep your hands right about on your knees. and you're going to push, and not really push, but you're pushing away essentially from those knees into the cat, and then bringing that belly down. Gaze up for the cow. So really feel that lumbar action in your back. Okay, upper body openers next. You're going to bring your hands together. You're going to bring those shoulders nice and open away from one another. That back is coming together. Straightening at the elbows, stretching the biceps. If you want to take this a step further, you can add in a forward fold as well. It's going to give you a deeper stretch in that upper body. And you're going to get some bonus hamstring stretching. Okay, our very last stretch here. Bring one arm behind your back and stretch your neck. So if I have this hand or this arm behind my back, I'm going this way to feel that stretch down the side of the neck. I'm kind of going to roll forward, backwards. Notice how those sensations change as you're moving that neck. Maybe you want to hold in one spot for a bit. Alrighty, other hand behind the back just gives us that extra pull, extra stretch on the neck. And I think my timer, it must not have been set for 9 exercises. Let's roll with it here. Use our imagination for how long this goes. Alrighty, let's call that good for this side of the neck. As always, this is a great time while you are warm to stretch any muscles that are sore. I can imagine this is kind of an active recovery, light movement day for some of you. And of course, I still got a really great sweat on. Felt like I really got into my muscles. So workout complete, job well done. See you guys soon.